Hi friends, it's Terry Stewart, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator located in the U.S. in Central Maryland. So I'm popping on today to share a project with you. It's a decor project. It's an 8x8 summer sampler. It features the Turtle-y Cute DSP pack, which is currently on sale for August and up until the end of August because it has in colors in it. So I'm going to turn the camera around so we can get started. If you get sick, look away because the camera is going to be moving now. And as I move my camera, actually my camera stand, you're going to see my ceiling, my big head, my light. And let's get this camera turned around so you can see the project. So let me bring this in. We got some issues. Okay, let me move the stand back, move my paper up, and I think we're there. We're good. All right, now next thing I'm going to do, take a look at the summer sampler while I get my laptop going. So if anybody pops on and wants to discuss, we can do that. Oh gosh, laptop. Technology is not my friend. Usually, there we go. Okay, I see it. Let me get the microphone turned down. There we go. Okay, so we're a little crooked. All right. So this is my summer sampler. It's 8 inches by 8 inches. I've used the background of Lemon Lolly, and my squares are from Poppy Parade. These fussy cut images are from the Turtle-y Cute DSP pack found in the Stampin' Up's annual catalog, the 2025 to 2026 catalog. These letters I've die cut from a die set that's now retired, and I'll show you at the end what you can use instead. The die set I used is Playful Alphabet, but there's a mini alphabet in the current catalog that will do just as well. So let me set this down for a minute. I'm going to bring in my Turtle-y Cute DSP so you can see all the greatness. So this comes with 12 pieces of paper. This one has all kinds of card fronts that you can use. Has a pattern with little dots on it. And then it has all these great pages with turtles. Okay, let me show you the turtles. So we have turtles that have kind of a birthday theme. There's cake, presents, balloons. There are turtles at the beach, and that's the one I'm using today. That's a turtle in an inner tube, a hair wrapped up. There's a barbecuing turtle. And then we have turtles who are outside riding bikes and having a picnic. There are turtles that are gardening, bird watching, beekeeping, and then each of these has a back. There's stripes, turtle shell design, more stripes, music, because there's a turtle that plays banjo on one of these, and another turtle design. Well, there's a turtle that the music turtles. There's accordion, there's the banjo, the horn. These turtles are very, very cute. Very cute. Oh, sorry about that. Let me put my paper aside so we can get started with the sampler. So this sampler was a project that I made and shared with my stamp club last month, I think, in July. Yeah, it was in July. So, I don't know that I'm going to get all this in here. So, what I started with is a piece of the Lemon Lolly, and it's 8 by 8, 8 inches by 8 inches. I made a frame, and this is 3/4 of an inch. So, I made 4 pieces that were 3/4 of an inch by 8 inches long. I glued them together. And what I do when I'm making my samplers, if you have some Post-it note tape, I will, let's see, get this, just put on the very edge of my cardstock to hold it so it doesn't slide around. And of course, when I adhere it here, this Post-it note tape peels up very easily. But I put it less than 3/4 of an inch, so it won't interfere with my squares. And I take my frame and plop it right on top, and take some more Post-it note tape and secure those corners so they won't move around. And that's how it's done. Now for my club members, I had everything cut out for them. So they came, and this, well, not everything, I lied about that. So what I did was I cut 5 pieces of Poppy Parade, and these are 2 inches by 2 inches. So I cut those out for them. I gave them 2 pieces that were 2 by 4 inches. And this is how it will lay out, and then the frame will help us get everything centered up like so. And I gave them a piece of the Turtle-y Cute DSP that had images, like a the focal point image, and then there was things that they could cut out. And this is what I did. I did the beach ball, and this was actually on the edge of the page, so it was already cut. Some starfish, some shells, a crab, sandcastle, and a barbecue. And then I let them do the fussy cutting. And then the other thing I cut out were these letters in white cardstock, so they each had letters to spell out summer fun. Now I used the retired playful alphabets, but that is retired. You can use the mini alphabet die set. They're the same size, and I'll show you at the end. I'm going to do a catalog tour, and I'll show you those dies and how they compare to the ones that I used. So I didn't want to take up too much of your time, so I've already done my fussy cutting. I already had the die cuts made, and so I've already done some of the cutting. Ooh, that's just an extra. So I did some cutting and some gluing, so I could kind of show you how this project goes together quickly without you having to watch me fussy cut and glue, because, you know, we all know how to fussy cut and glue, right? I think we learned that in kindergarten. Well, maybe not the fussy cutting, but definitely the gluing part. So that's down here. Got that cut out. And I have some extra pieces because I was cutting, and why not have extra pieces, right? You never know when they might come in handy. So I was going to show you how I adhered the words to summer, and I just kind of put it in the middle of the 2x4 down the center, and just slid these letters around until they kind of looked like they were in a wave, up and then down. I kind of took a summer wave. That was my inspiration there. And then that will go here, and then this sampler is going to have the woman. She's at the beach. She's wrapped up in a towel. She's having her drink. She's got her sunglasses on. And that's going to kind of go here. So we have to make sure that our R is up a little bit. It doesn't interfere with her head. And then the barbecue will go down here. Alright, so let me get started on these letters. And there is no right or wrong. I'm just trying to put a little thin bead of adhesive. And you could always use adhesive sheets when you're cutting these out, and then you wouldn't have to worry about using glue and getting sticky fingers. Let that go up a little bit, and then our M. So I think this just gives a real summer vibe and makes an excellent decor piece. I have a shadow box that's 8 by 8 and I will do all kinds of samplers for that. I've done winter samplers, Easter spring samplers, and then once you have them, you can just keep changing them in and out, and updating them each change of season or holiday. It's kind of like, and you always were able to celebrate or have that decor item available. Put that there. Okay. Ooh. That's when you get glue in your fingers and everything wants to stick to your fingers instead of the cardstock. Alright, so I think what we're going to do now is just glue these down, and these at the top, I'll just butt it up against the frame and put that in place. So just right to the top of the frame, like so. Give it a little press. And then we can do this one. Of course, you could, if you didn't want to do a summer one, you could do the birthday, the Turtle-y birthday, or the gardening. You could have a garden theme on your sampler. So really, there's a lot of possibilities. And so this one, I'm going to just eyeball it and put it up against the left frame, but trying to leave the same amount of distance at the top and the bottom. And I will do the same for the one on the right. Put some glue on here. And then when I put it down, butt it up against the frame on the right and eyeball that I get the same distance at the top and the bottom. Okay, and then we can do the center, because now we have the right and the left, and this one will fit right into the center. And so I'm lining it up with the edge on of the 2x4, and then if I line it up here and line up these two, I should have the same amount of distance. And it'll look somewhat centered. I'm just eyeballing it, not a perfectionist whatsoever. And then we'll put this one at the bottom on the left. And then our last piece here. And if you don't want a fussy cut, you could do some die cuts. You could just use the paper, because there are some of those scenes, summer scenes, or some of the more patterns with the stripes or something. You could do those in here. There's a lot of options. All right, so we're going to put our barbecue. Somebody's barbecuing some fish. Maybe they caught it off the dock wherever they're staying, or maybe they live near the water. So there we go, our barbecue. And now our summer figure drinking her summer drink, all beach wear out. I'm gonna take off these. I have used dimensionals, so this will give a little bit of lift, and in my shadow box, it won't get smushed. Oops. Okay, so because she's so tall, her feet are going to dangle off that center square, and her head's going to go above, but I am trying to kind of center her right and left. I think about there is going to look good. All right. And then we can take off the Post-it note in our frame. Oops. Oh, everything is coming apart here. Okay. And our Post-it note tape. The frame. So, there's some extra pieces. So you have our beach guy with his inner tube as the focal point on this summer one. Very similar, but I have a day at the beach, all beached out with her summer drink and her beach towel. Which one do you prefer? And I said I was going to give you a quick catalog tour, so here we go. This is Stampin' Up's May 2025 to April 2026 catalog. And here on page 49, you can find the Turtle-y Cute paper. And this paper collection has in it Poppy Parade, Crushed Curry, Granny Apple Green, Garden Green, Shaded Spruce, and Pool Party. I noticed that it was on sale for having coordinating colors for the in colors, but I'm not really quite sure why that is. It's, maybe it has Darling Duckling? I don't know. Anyway, I noticed that it was on sale till the end of August. So you can save 15% on that. And then we're going to flip over to page 103. And I wanted to show you right here the paper snips, great for fussy cutting. And then the dies that I use. So the dies that I used are these playful alphabets. Now they have retired, but there are several dies in the current catalog. So I'm going to take this S off, this S die, and show you. So in the catalog, the die cuts are actual size. So this is shown at 100%. So my little die, too big. That is the party alphabet dies, too big. And the alphabet a la mode dies also shown at 100%, too big. But if you look down here at these mini alphabet dies, it's shown at 100%, and they're just about the same size. So these will work. So this is on page 107. So the mini alphabet dies is what I'm recommending if you want to do the words that I used. And here on page 113 we have the multi-purpose glue, and also these adhesive sheets down here at the bottom. These would be great if you're die cutting letters. You put it on the back side of your cardstock, set your die so it goes on the back side of your cardstock, turn your cardstock over, place your letter, and then run it through. And so now it has adhesive sheet on the back. It makes the gluing much easier. So that's adhesive sheets. And then on the page prior to it, on page 12, is where you'll find the Stampin' Dimensionals, which I used on that central figure. Turn the page to 137, and here in the middle of the page is the basic white cardstock that I used for the letters. And if you turn the page to page 138, this is where you'll see the Lemon Lolly cardstock and the Poppy Parade cardstock right here. So that is the items I used to create this summer sampler. I hope you enjoy it, and I would love to see if you make one for yourself. If you have any questions, give me a hit. I'd love to talk about stamping. I love stamping. Like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you'll be notified the next time I bring you a fun project. And until next time, remember, stamping is fun. Bye.